The 4th of July is coming up. America is about to turn 250 years old. And just like you'd expect out of any 250-year-old, her systems are failing and she's rotting from the inside. But that shouldn't stop us from throwing one kick-ass 4th of July cookout. Here are my tips, tricks, and advice for throwing one hell of a 4th of July cookout, shindig, 250th birthday party / series finale. First and foremost, let's talk about the epicenter of this cookout, the grill. And the answer is going to be charcoal. I'm sorry if you like propane, but it's the 4th of July. Put a little effort into it. You know what I mean? Build that fire, stack those briquettes, use a shit ton of lighter fluid like a real caveman. My apologies to Hank Hill, but I like to taste the meat and the heat. And if you don't like it, I will politely yet firmly ask you to leave. Now let's talk about what we put on the grill. And the answer is really anything you want in addition to hot dogs and hamburgers, all right? You can do steaks, you can do ribs, barbecue chicken, what have you. But there has to be hot dogs and hamburgers. Not just hot dogs, not just hamburgers, hot dogs and hamburgers. That's what this holiday was founded on. And throw some brats down too. Do whatever you want, but hot dogs and hamburgers. Hot dogs and hamburgers opens us up to variety, but it also clears the way for us to enjoy hot burgers and ham dogs. We all know that the bun and meat packaging is way off. There's going to be more hot dog buns than there is hot dogs, or burger buns than there is burgers, and we got to be able to mix and match a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Plus, if you get burgers and dogs, you can make this weird hybrid thing that's shaped like a lady's meat pouch. On to the sides. Now, regardless of what type of cookout it is, there's a host, they're taking care of everything, they're holding it down, or it's more of a potluck situation where you're supposed to bring something. People are relying on you to do shit right, all right? So if we're talking about potato salad or baked beans or coleslaw or macaroni salad, whatever, you've been trusted to do this right. So don't fuck it up, you idiot. If you don't think you can handle the responsibility, speak up, all right? Because I swear to God, if you fuck up this potato salad, I will push you into the pool with your clothes on. I don't even care that your phone was in your pocket. And while we're on potato salad, let's talk about potato salad, all right? A decent potato salad has eggs in it. You put eggs in the potato salad, and you use the Duke's mayonnaise, not too much mustard, not too little, all right? Add a little sugar, makes it a little sweet. Trust me on this. If you need help with your potato salad, please ask. Now, baked beans. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who needs to be told. But there's more involved to preparing baked beans than a can opener, all right? Or the little pull tab. Most of them have the pull tab. You got to put some effort into your baked beans. You got to add some accoutrements, maybe a little bacon, or perhaps some ground beef or sausage, maybe some brown sugar, a little barbecue sauce, some onion, a little hot sauce. You got to do something to these beans. Don't leave them as is. And the key word is baked beans. Throw them in the oven for a little bit. Don't just be heating them up in the microwave or some shit. You gotta let them simmer and get a little crusty on top. Now, if you're tasked with bringing the chips, don't be rolling up there with some off-brand, plain-ass, rippled chips like that. All right? Don't be disrespectful. You got invited to a cookout. You be cool. This is the part of the chip aisle you ought to be shopping at. The Doritos, the Cheetos, the hot Cheetos, the Funyuns even, the barbecue chips. Bring some fun chips to the cookout or you're not coming next year. And if I'm to be honest, you ought to be bringing some dip too, especially if you bought the cheap, nasty chips. It really is the least you could do. Before we get into booze, let's talk about non-alcoholic beverages, because those are important too. There could be kids there, people that are trying to remain sober, because God forbid somebody has to drive home. You want to have some options, and especially with your food, I prefer soda rather than alcohol. I think it's just more refreshing that way. And please don't get me wrong when I say this. I am not against off-brand soda, okay? I've drank plenty of off-brand soda in my life. But this is a holiday, this is a party, this is a celebration. Step up your game a little bit. I don't need any of the Stars and Stripes from the Dollar Tree, the Dr. Perky Tits, the Mountain Lightning, whatever you call it, the Sam's Cola. All right, spend the extra $1.50 and get real like Coke or Pepsi products. My grandpa didn't storm the beaches of Normandy so I could enjoy a Shasta on the 4th of July. Leave the Fago for the gathering of the juggalos, and you pony up and bring some fresh squeezed lemonade or a sweet tea even is fine. Now that we've covered that, let's talk about the alcohol situation. We need a lot of it, a lot of variety, maybe some cocktails, maybe some liquor, some beer, some wine. Go all out, all right? This could be the last time we get to celebrate America, okay? So let's get drunk as hell. And keep those drinks cold. You got nothing worse than a warm beer, all right? Get you a kiddie pool, dump the ice in there, put all the beers in there. Hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a twisted tea, a Mike's Hard Lemonade or two for the girls and me. And the thing about the kiddie pool full of ice is, granted, eventually the dog's going to come over and drink out of it. Later in the night, somebody's going to get drunk and confused and use it as a urinal. That's a given, okay? But we need the drinks to stay cold. No good 4th of July cookout is complete without a little bit of dessert. And, you know, there's always some sort of red, white, and blue cupcake or red, white, and blue M&M cookies or whatnot, what have you. And those are fine, I guess. Make some brownies or whatever, the Rice Krispie treats. But let me put you on to something a little bit better. I have 2 words for you. Grilled strawberries. Fire that baby back up and put some fruit on there. Put some strawberries on a skewer, put a little oil, butter on them, grill them up, and then drizzle them with some chocolate when you're done. Fantastic. Or how about some nice grilled pineapple, little ice cream, little caramel drizzle on top? Hell yeah. Or let me tell you about my all-time favorite. Let me tell you about some grilled peaches. Those are the best. Get you some nice, ripe peaches, butter them up, put them on the grill. Oh, then you take that peach, you put it in a bowl with some ice cream, drizzle some nuts or granola on top, little honey or sweet tea glaze, a little syrup of some kind, brown sugar. Oh, you people don't know the wonder that is grilled desserts. And finally, we have the big show, the big finale. We got to have some fireworks. And to get the right fireworks, we're going to have to go across state lines, if you know what I'm saying. Those fireworks in that little tent outside of Walmart, those sparklers and fountains, they just don't have the firepower to injure a drunk person the way that these do. This ain't the time for no snakes and sparklers. I'm talking about whistling bungholes, spleen splitters, whisker biscuits, honky lighters, Husker do's, Husker don'ts. All right? Cherry bombs, Nipsey daisers. All right? The real shit. So get yourself a bucket of water and the drunkest person available, and you give them a lighter and let them let freedom ring.